Adam Copeland with the save and a spear to Nick Wayne. His mother's in the corner. A second spear to Nick Wayne. And Adam, what are you doing? His mother's right there. No, don't get that chair. What are you doing? And no, he's just a boy. Why would you do a concerto while his mother's in the corner pleading for you not to do it? To quote Brian Cox, I love you, but you are not serious people. A deeply unserious wrestling company. I'm John Renton with my review of AEW Dynamite from the Waynetrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois, coming off of Full Gear. And firstly, happy Thanksgiving to everybody that celebrates. Hopefully you're stuffing those turkeys. You're not ending up with way more cranberry sauce than you planned. Like that one time when I was at a college party, let me just move far away from that. But in all seriousness, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys have a great time. Whether you're having dinner with family, blood or otherwise, friends, or just relaxing by yourself. Relax, don't do it when you want to go through it, when you want to go do. And if you have to work, if you're going out Black Friday shopping, treat the cashiers, the workers with respect and just appreciation, because having worked Black Friday, it is really goddamn tough. Speaking of tough, it was tough for me to actually come up with the energy to want to review this show after Full Gear beat a lot of the passion out of me. I'll refer to my Full Gear review. You can hear what I thought about that death match and about other things, but there were a couple good things on this show, but Jesus goddamn Christ. It was one of the louder crowds that they've had in a while as far as their television goes. 10,000 seat arena, 10,000, 10,300 or something like that. According to WrestleTix, they were set up for about 5,500. They might have got 5,000 people. The crowd was pretty loud. I will say that. Chicago crowds certainly are very energetic. They're still way off of what they had for Dynamite just 5 months before, but nevertheless, it's sponsored by Woo Energy, Woonergy, as it were. The Ric Flair energy drink that... Look, if you guys are willing to, like, maybe PayPal me some money, maybe I'll order a case of that shit, but that just, I've read the ingredients. It has the mushrooms that led to the, apocalypse in The Last of Us. That much I know, according to the ingredients being read out on a podcast. Anyway, so the Incontinental Classic rules. That's what it is. It's the Incontinental Classic, because... Look, it's a round-robin tournament. There's 6 on the gold side, 6 on the blue side. It's a G1 round-robin style tournament. And basically, you get 3 points for a win. You get 1 point for a draw, 20-minute time limit. Every single second, it's got to be just the people that are in the ring. It can't be anybody. It can't even be their goddamn parents at ringside. Otherwise, you're fucked. You will have points deducted. So there you go. Whose house? Swerve's house. Swerve is still moving after that death match. That I still love Swerve, but that was a very stupid match, and I stand by that. And I love Swerve. Hangman, I'll give him credit for taking those bumps. I hope both guys are okay. But anyway, it's a Gold League match. It's Swerve versus Jay Lethal, referee Aubrey, and it was fine. Swerve is moving a little bit slow, moving remarkably well for a man with a severed spine, given all the bumps that he took. Swerve had a bad shoulder. Jay Lethal focused on that. Swerve focused on Jay Lethal's knee. It was well worked. There was a sky elbow for 2. There was a stretch muffler, I think that's what it's called. And after a little bit of back and forth, the counter of the lethal injection, we got the Swerve stomp. 1, 2, 3. This was a fine opener. This was fine for what it was. They laid out the rules quickly, and at least as detailed as possible. And also, woo, energy! It's the most energy you're going to get on this, the very early hours of Thanksgiving 2023. So, Renee is with Shibata, Orange Cassidy, and Hook. Why? I mean, apparently Shibata likes Orange Cassidy and likes working with him. Fine. Whatever. The man has a new brain, so I guess we really should give him a little bit of credit there. And then Yuta confronts Orange Cassidy and says, yeah, by the way, I'm coming after you. And Shibata, I haven't forgotten you have my pure championship. Yes, believe it or not, Yuta was the pure champion at one point for some reason. I have nothing against Yuta, but I can't take him seriously when he talks. I just can't. So, MJF and Adam Cole. Better than you, baby. Out to a pop. Cole, by the way, who had to have double surgery on his ankle because his ankle is totally goddamn... Oh, God. Should he be walking on that thing? Like, even on crutches. I mean, I know he's got the boot up and he's got the foot off the ground, but he really should be resting. Really should be fucking resting. Credit to him if he wants to keep working, but anyway. He really should be at home. Anyway, MJF pumps up the crowd, praises Jay White, but then says, yeah, you still weren't as good as me. No one's on the level of the devil. Talks about all his championship accolades. Cole says that, my ankle's fucked. I'm not going to be back for a while. And the crowd's chanting at him, and MJF, is talking to him. Just, they're back and forth a little bit, but Adam says, I'm worried about you. You gotta take it easy or whatever, this, all this stuff going on, people gunning for you, the devil, and then suddenly lights out and the devil laughs. It's Jack Perry. They distorted that voice, they tried to, but it's Jack Perry. That's going to be deeply disappointing, by the way, just want to say that, unless they're just really totally swerving us. I'm sorry, but there is no amount of rebranding, whatever, that they can do with Jack Perry to make him interesting. So anyway, here's Samoa Joe. He gets a big reaction. He just says, I want to make sure that you honor the deal that you made with me. I helped you. Now you are going to give me my shot. And then MJF basically says a swear that pisses off Joe. Cole pleads for peace and says the old Max would not have given him the shot, but you're a man of your word. You're my number one guy. And then MJF actually says, you know what? You wouldn't be the first Ring of Honor legend, that I've beaten in Chicago twice. Ooh, ouch. And he says that he will, that he'll face him tonight. And Joe says, no, I don't want you to get up on, Twitter, on any social media and make excuses. I want you at 100%. So I'll face you at World's End. You want to face me in Long Island or at Long Island, everything, all that. And Joe says, I will be your shadow. I will make sure that you are all right. So apparently Wardlow versus MJF is not going to happen anytime soon. Are they doing a Winter is Coming event? Because usually they talk about that a few weeks out. Nevertheless. So I got your back, all that. And then Shibata, Hook, and Orange Cassidy against the Jericho Appreciation, or the JAS Bland and White is what I'm calling them. 2.0 and Hager. Orange Cassidy, by the way, had an announcement early on, but it got interrupted. Hey, it's Danhausen. He's back. Later, he then pulled out Jake Hager's hat that he had in God knows what part of his body. And then the faces won. Yeah, that's all the analysis you're going to get for this kind of match. I don't want to see any of these guys anymore. I definitely don't want to see Jake Hager. And look, there are people that like Danhausen. I don't wish any ill, well, except Hager. Hope he fucking rots away. But I don't wish any ill on any of the other participants. But God damn it, no. You had at least something halfway serious, and then you just totally destroyed it right here. Adam! Roddy Strong is trying to talk to Cole in the back. Cole says, you're not my best friend anymore. It's always back to friendship. Recaps of Ospreay signing with AEW at Full Gear. Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Luchasaurus come out, and he's going to re-christen them. Haha! I saw what I did there. Except that's what he originally said. So he tells Luchasaurus to take a knee. I took a TNT title to the knee. And yells at him. He's going to name him Kill Switch after his finisher. Or maybe because they're going to kill the switch. Or they're going to take a switch that kills and beat people with it. I don't know. He basically makes Luchasaurus take a knee because Luchasaurus is the one that lost the match, despite the fact Christian Cage is the one that hit him in the head with the title. So he praises Nick, says, you are me. Nick. I love Nick. He was corpsing really bad because he was trying not to laugh. I mean, good. He got a straight face eventually, but and I love Nick. Nick's great. Great kid. Super nice to talk to. Attitude is he wants to learn. He's really, really good, especially for his young age. But deeply unserious segment here, even though they tried. Christian then basically calls him the prodigy Nick Wayne, which fans on the independent independent wrestling fans around here and basically in the state, I mean, and other, states too, but especially in Everett and Seattle, have been calling him the Prodigy for a few years. Because he's really good. And then Nick's mother comes out. Chairena apparently is her name. I didn't know her name. I have talked to his mother on a couple of occasions. And super nice lady, very tall, very statuesque, very, very nice, very, very hardworking woman. And I can only imagine how proud she is of Nick. But she comes out, Nick just stands there. Christian's yelling at her about being a waitress and stuff like that, and that if your husband, his father, wasn't dead or whatever, Nick would have disowned him. And then Luchasaurus stands in front and it's like, you're not going to talk to her that way. And I mean, I know what they were trying to go for, but I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind at this segment because they're trying to treat it seriously. The problem is I haven't been given a reason to care about Luchasaurus for a while. And then Christian's trying to get him to stop this, stop doing this or whatever. He bow it up at him and then he pie faces him. And then ends up shoving Luchasaurus into Nick's mom, Chairena. Sorry, Chairena. I mean, I don't know her personally, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But I guess I'll say her name because saying Nick's mom just makes it sound like she doesn't have a name when she does. And again, strong, talented woman. But so she's down. And I mean, I'm sorry. Nick goes out and gets 2 chairs. They're going to give a concerto to the mother. Okay, they're going to give a concerto to the mother. And then Christian says, hey, Luchasaurus, you do this. So, you do this or I'm going to take your mask off. I'm sorry. But just, I don't know why. We're doing all this. It's so hilarious. Take your mask off if you don't stop doing this or whatever. And then all this stuff's going on. So actually, and I mixed up a couple things. I realized he was standing up to her, stop it or I'll take your mask off. Then he gets shoved into her. And then they do the concerto thing. And then Adam Copeland's music hits. And Adam Copeland tries to get at Christian. And Christian gets pulled out by Luchasaurus. And Nick Wayne gets hit with 1 spear. Gets hit with a 2nd spear. And his mother finally, fortunately, rolled out of the way. She's there, over here. She's over in the corner, evidently. That's just off to the side of the camera. And she is witnessing Adam just hold this. And he's all upset. And he just brains her son right there on nationwide cable television. While she's all upset. I mean, Adam's safe. It's obviously he didn't do anything, but just, I'm sorry, deeply unserious company. Deeply unserious. So funny. I'm sorry. I know what they were trying to go for, but it's so funny. I hope everybody's okay. Renee is with Anna Jay and the Goons. She says, everyone should be, it's like, focus on me. Thank you, Anna, we will. Get away from these idiots. So anyway, by the way, Parker, I think is his name, was getting a call from Ruby. Is this actually a thing? Is this just a deal for storyline? Are they actually dating? I don't care. I'm just genuinely curious. Roosh took on Jay White 22 minutes after the previous match ended. I think that Luchasaurus segment and everything and all that stuff with everybody involved in Nick Wayne's mom and the braining of the child in front of the mother. Spare the rod, spoil the child. Concerto the son, spoil the mom. I think that's how that goes. Yeah, 22 minutes after the second match ended. And Jay White ended up beating Roosh in about, 15 minutes, I think. That's about all the analysis I'm going to give to a Jay White match. Renee and RJ City, by the way, are out here. And just before that, we saw tag title recaps where Jericho interrupted Bog Bill and Starks at the scrum, and then they injured Jericho's arm. God, it would be such a shame if Jericho was out for a while. Maybe he's touring with Fozzy. Anyway, then Renee and RJ City present the Women's Championship Award to Toni Storm, who comes out and is having a goddamn great time. Thanks all the little Toni Storms. Anthony Khan, which was great and all that, but this got cut short. Mariah May was out there to present stuff to her, and then this got cut off by Sky Blues Music and Chicago's Own. Good for her. I guess Sky Blues is going to be facing Tony at some point with the way she was looking at her up and down. Moving on. So we get Anna Jay with 2.0 versus Sky Blue versus Ruby with Saraya, Defender of Abusiverse. And the women's division is toast. No matter how much talent there is on this goddamn roster, no matter how much time these women put in the ring, the way that this women's division is booked, it's toast. The stupid romance angle shit, everybody gets involved. A TKO variation wins it. Sky Blue has a new finish. Probably good considering the Code Blue hasn't been the best finisher the last few times. And I'm not knocking her. I mean, look, these things happen, but do new finisher. So anyway, yeah, Sky Blue won. It's nothing against the people involved, but the match was a backdrop for the stupid romance. Renee is with Wardlow, who headbutts the lovely AR Fox. That's all you're going to get. By the way, Rampage and Collision are going to be going head-to-head with WWE Survivor Series. I don't know if I'm going to review Rampage and Collision. I honestly don't. If I do, it's going to be way later. If I don't be surprised if in December I just take a few weeks off from just reviewing stuff altogether. Because I'm going to work on... I got a lot of work to do. I'm going to be working on my best matches list and a few best movies lists. And also, I want to catch up on some movies and everything, and some of these shows aren't exactly appealing to me. Speaking of not appealing to me, I wish the next match appealed to me. It was an all-right main event. Mark Briscoe, with 8 minutes left, makes his entrance. Mox then makes his way to the ring with 6 minutes left. Now, during the women's match, they said, we're going to stick with this until the end. Just have an overrun. Just set up an overrun. They can't manage their time. It's getting ridiculous. So, Mark versus Mox, it was fine. Gold League match. First time ever, which actually does make sense given how long Mox was in WWE. And I wouldn't have imagined how many interactions they would have necessarily had before Mox went to WWE. Blockbuster to the floor. We got an ad break with 2 minutes left. And Mark was bleeding during the break. And then we got an armbar, hold number 1, armbar. Froggy Bow by Mark for 2. And then we got Death Rider for 2. And then we got some no-selling, we got some strikes, some chops. And then the stomp, and then the Death Rider 1, 2, 3. Show respect after, and there you go. That is the end of that. So, again, happy Thanksgiving, guys. If you don't see a Rampage and Collision review this, probably Sunday is probably when it would actually be. Late Saturday, early Sunday. Then I apologize. If you don't see me reviewing Collision until sometime in January, time's kind of... I don't have a lot of time on my hands, guys. I got other more important things to worry about. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you soon.